Welcome, welcome to the Agent 47 show, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad to be back, and this time we're back with a very special interview from members of Project Change Liberia here to talk about their upcoming Changemakers Workshop. We have an exciting conversation coming up, and again, apologies for being away for so long. We're trying to kick things off slowly but surely. So thanks for joining us today. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Hang in there.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C, O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
My name is Grace Baba, founder of Destiny Creative Organization and owner at Janice Smith. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, sorry and apologies for being offline for the past few weeks. We're back, and today we have a very special interview with some guys of Project Change Liberia. We're talking specifically about their Changemakers Workshop, which is the 4th anniversary of this biannual workshop, and they're going to be sharing some lights on what the program entails, how it can benefit students from across Liberia, and also what qualifications these students need to meet. So we'll go ahead and bring our guest on the screen. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
sir. We are.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead with just some introduction. So start off by telling us your name, your position, and position, not just your current position, but positions that you have served within Project Change. And also, why did you join Project Change? We'd like to know a bit of that. So we'll start with you, Ms. Cooper.
Hello everyone, I'm Ernestine Blessing Cooper. I'm currently the acting co-country coordinator for Project Change Liberia. So I have served in Project as the officer from 2021, and I transitioned into the secretary position, which is the 3rd highest ranking position within the organization. And currently I also serve as the immediate supervisors for all executive heads at the Team Liberia level, but in the acting position. So why I joined Project Change is I wanted to contribute to something that will impact my country greatly. So Project Change has given the platform for me to serve Liberia. in ways that I cannot do on my own. So by collaborating with other young-minded people, similar values, I can be able to serve my country and make to engineer the change I desire to see in Mama Liberia. So yeah.
Mr. Williams, you can go ahead.
Oh, so, hello everyone. My name is Edward J. Williams, and I'm the acting program officer for Project Change Liberia. When I first joined the organization, I served as a team member in the Public Affairs Committee and later became the finance officer and acting in the programs department. Why I joined Project Change? I joined Project Change Liberia because when I look around me after I graduated from high school, when I looked around me, um, I realized that there were a lot of things that we needed to find solutions to, ranging from high level of corruption and several other problems like young, especially my police people that I grew up with, um, usually complaining, and some of them they are even into drugs. So I'm like, I think if I can find somewhere that I can find myself to groom myself better to be able to help other people, it's going to be okay. And fortunately for me, a year before I could graduate, I had the opportunity to participate in Project Change Workshop, and a way to go was to go back to the same family that I benefited from and join other like-minded individuals and be able to make a change in our country.
So, hi everyone. My name is Amja M. Kamara. I work here at Project Change. At first, I was a team member for the logistic department, but now I'm acting information technology officer for Project Change Liberia. So, the reason I joined Project Change is because I believe that building Liberia is not about a single person's effort, it's about team. So that is one of my reasons. And second is because I wanted to make change. I wanted to be a person who will help build his or her country than trying to travel abroad and something. So joining Project Change was my mission because I wanted to contribute to where I was born, Liberia. Yeah.
So, are you saying that Project Change discourages people from traveling abroad because when you travel abroad, you cannot contribute to Liberia?
No, sir. What I'm saying is that um, we can be in Liberia and then, you know, build a Liberia that we wish to have, just like the other country. Then traveling, travel. You can travel abroad and or contribute to your country, but I prefer building it than traveling abroad. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Ms. Cooper, can you tell us a bit about what the Changemakers Workshop is?
Okay, so our Changemakers Workshop first came into existence in 2019, where the first Changemakers project was launched to be able to create a paradigm shifting work frame wherein Liberian youth can be groomed with soft skills like entrepreneurship, money management, and other skills that they need to function in the real world. So our Changemakers Workshop basically focuses on school students, basically between the age of 16 to 19. And the reason for this is the fact that we notice children in high school, after they shall have completed, they don't have any experience to be able to enter into the real world in terms of seeking job opportunities or being able to venture into something business related that can help develop them as an individual. So most people will basically depend on the government for everything, and we don't want to continue to see that mindset strive among the Liberian youth. So this is where Project Change 2019 derived from, where the founder, Mr. Prince Larmin Jabo, decided to come and engineer his change in the country through this workshop. So we bring on students from different high schools, maybe 8 or 6 different high schools, 3 students representing each schools, and we bring on external professionals, those that are basically striving or succeeding in their different line of work within the Liberian community and also outside of Liberia. We bring them on board to be able to educate these high school students on the importance of self-sustainability. So we give them soft skills and hands-on skills, technical skills that they can need to that they can use to strive in the professional world.
Okay. So you're placing a lot of emphasis on how individuals can benefit from the workshop, specifically students, but you're not placing any emphasis on how Project Change benefits. So can you tell us a bit about how Project Change benefits? Because no one is just going to have a program that doesn't benefit them. So in what ways is Project Change benefiting from this workshop?
In what way does Project Change benefit is the fact that we go out there, we don't just talk the talk, but we walk the walk. So we recruit high school students from those workshops. No disregarding if you are very smart or not, we go for anybody because we believe in the culture of inclusion and diversity. So we bring on those people. The only thing you have to be is willing, available, and ready to go to work for Liberia. To go to work for Liberia is basically saying you should be willing to put the interests of your country before your own. So we call these high school students, we bring them on, recruit them into our workshop to serve as volunteers and team members. And within the organization, team members are considered to be the greatest asset for the organization. That is because we groom these people to become generational future leaders. So in the organization, we give them, like I mentioned earlier, technical skills training, soft skills, things that they know they need to strive in a professional work. And we also introduce them to the entrepreneurship mindset because we do believe in Liberia the issue of us having that dependency on our parents and feeling like they are indebted to us. We are trying to eradicate it. So we know that in order for us to engineer the change we desire, we have to empower the young people. So as part of the empowerment process, we bring them on board, give them the necessary resources. During their grooming process, we have mentors on board, people who are striving and succeeding in their different careers. We attach we pair them to them as lifetime mentors. These are people that help them to grow and just give them broader insight on those things that they want to achieve in the future. So it's basically aligned with your vision. And as team member within Project Change, our goal is to make you well-rounded, meaning we want you to be able to function in all aspects of life. So there is a whole change-making cycle that you have to go through. There are reassignments that take place when you are recruited. You serve in one position from another, and after you shall serve there for a specific time frame, once the organization have noticed that you have reached the zenith within this specific department, committee, or office, you are reassigned to another department. It could be finance, it could be the recruitment committee, it could be the program development department. You just experience that shift to go into another workplace to gain a different experience. And you never know, maybe you might have interest in studying something that relates to a line of work that you never even thought you had passion for. So this is what the organization does through the Changemakers Workshop.
So Project Change, from what you said, pretty much benefits because it also gets to recruit these individuals to come on board and serve as volunteers and provide free services to the organization. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned
Yes,
something
and not
about.
just that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so after they shall serve the organization and gain those skills, the organization release these change or agents of change into the society for them to go into different sector of the library economy to go and inspire the change that they desire. So it could be the government, it could be any private sectors or institutions, and they could even decide to open their own firms or whatsoever they have interest in to still be able to empower other young people because the goal is for us to raise change makers who will enter into this systems to make systematic change because we have to say that oh the government is corrupt, but what are we doing to be able to combat corruption? The mindset have to shift. So once we empower these people and prove them up to a level where they understand that it also starts with themselves because they have to hold themselves accountable, be a person of integrity before stepping into those places to hold people accountable. They have already understand like the status that Project Change have set and what Mama Liberia wants to achieve. So in that way, they can go out there and serve in that capacity and help other people to develop such a mindset.
Okay, but one could argue, Ms. Cooper, that you could achieve all of that without having people come in and serving your organization for free. You could start paying them from the very beginning and still give them skills that they can use and do all of the things that you're saying. So why did you have them start up as volunteers? Does your organization just like free
Okay,
labor?
so no. The issue in this country is the fact that when people hear volunteerism, they don't hear it as call to service. They hear it as come get money. So most time in our Liberian society, yeah, people they just like you said that in our volunteerism will but money under a no. In project change, we believe in service like you serve expecting nothing in return. You serve with passion, knowing that you are doing it in the interest of Liberia. So as part of our core values, in the first core value we have as an organization, we uphold we put our country before ourselves. We uphold a culture of respect, integrity. And putting our country before ourselves is basically sacrifice. So, like I mentioned earlier, we are willing, available, and ready to go to work for Liberia to be able to institute the change that we desire. So, we are willing to sacrifice. So, starting off as a volunteer gives you the opportunity to understand the meaning of service to our nation. So once we put in public institutions or even private institutions to serve, we know that you are not after the money because you have grown passion and you have grown been able to groom yourself to understand what commit do it because you want to create or change, not because of what you stand to benefit.
Okay, that makes more sense now. But I couldn't help but be interested in the phrase that you mentioned about the war acronym. You know, Liberia has such a heavy history in war. In fact, a part of the reason one may say part of the change even exists is because of this very consequence of the war that we're trying to to solve. So knowing that we have a very traumatic history of war, why are you using it in such a way that is positive? Like, what does that mean for your organization? Because usually when people think about
So
war in
for us,
Liberia, it's the fear and it's the history of trauma and things that they don't want to think about. So why are you using it now in a positive way?
yes, for us, we understand how war is like at the core of why we even exist. But we do know that the war acronym steps in a positive way to say no matter the circumstances or the challenges, we stand firm on our belief that no matter how people say Liberia will continue to remain like this, there will be no change. People, the youth and even others in this country, they are hopeless because people are so frustrated to a point like they feel there cannot be a turnaround for Liberia. So we exist as the hope. So this war acronym basically gives hope back to the people of Liberia, the Liberian, especially to tell you empowerment is possible if only you are willing to persevere and make the sacrifice. So in order for you to be able to reach that point, you have to be willing, you have to be available, you have to be ready. Because without those attributes or characteristics, there is no way you will be able to inspire the change you wish to see for.
Okay, so what I'm getting from what you're saying is you're using the very thing that destroyed Liberia in a positive way to help rebuild it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. We'll go ahead and go to Mr. Kamara. I heard as you are describing, who you are and why you joined Project Change, that you also participated in the workshop. So what is it like participating in Project Change workshop?
Yeah. So
And we don't want to hear your experiences as
participating
a member. We want to hear your experience as a participant.
so when I participated in Project Change workshop, actually before participating, I had this knowledge that I was just participating in an ordinary workshop like the others, all those workshops I've been participating in. I never expected what I really learned from Project Change. So the workshop was very educative. It provided a lot of knowledge that was so important that I never expected, like the professional trainings, like the um, aim of self-sustainability. That was one of the main focal point that got to me. That is being independent. So the workshop was extraordinary. It was something that I didn't expect it as a student. So from the workshop of independence, say that our country Liberia is not about what foreign or nation has to offer, but what we as the citizen has to offer. So from that, I learned that we have to be independent as a citizen to help rebuild our country. Our country depends on everything, no matter your disability, no matter your problem, but you have a contribution to offer. So in a different way.
Okay. So you're saying, Project Change has given you the platform or help you understand that no matter who you are, you can come to Project Change and help change Liberia. Is that correct? Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So, how when you look within now that you're a member of Project Change, when you look within Project Change, do you see any notable difference between you and the other people that you serve with? Is there any difference? And what does the organization do about the differences between you and the other people that you serve with?
Okay. So here at Project Change, we believe. That's why one of our core values talks about partiality is not accepted. So we all are here to push the same mission that is to rebuild Liberia. So partiality is not accepted. We say no to the same, no matter your background, no matter where you come from. We believe your availability, your readiness, and what makes you a change maker. So all differences.
No matter if I'm Muslim or I'm Christian or I don't even believe in God in the first place, I still have a place to serve in Project Change.
Sure.
Okay, okay. So why did the organization pick you out of over 20 participants? Why were you chosen to be a member of Project Change?
So what I would say is that need people who are ready, people who showcase some abilities of readiness, like um, being smart. It's not just about you participating in the workshop. It's about you showcasing what unique ability you have that you can bring on table than just trying to participate, trying to just sit there and listen. So for my abilities are the main reason Project Change selected me, because ability to ask questions, my because of my participation in the workshop.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? The internet is breaking up a little bit. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, I think their internet is lagging. So yes, if you're watching, thank you for joining, guys. Of course, this is the 1847 show, and I'm your host, Prince Larmy Jarbo. We've been off the air for a minute, but we're back today with a very special interview from the folks at Project
So
Change Liberia. They're here to talk about their incoming workshop, which is the Changemakers Workshop 2025. And this is targeting about 36 young people from 12 high schools, really trying to teach them on civic engagement, entrepreneurship, and also really what their ethical decision making skills looks like, right? in hopes that they're not just going to participate in that workshop, but take the knowledge gained back to the communities and do something that is more lasting, or even as Mr. Kamara become members of Project Change. So we'll bring our guests back on the screen. Can you guys hear me now? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Miss Cooper, are you guys there? One second. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Hang in there.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Let's do this. There we go. Welcome back. Again, you're watching the 1847 show. We had some technical difficulties, so we had to step away. Let's see if our guests' internet are better now. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can,
Yes, sir.
Hello? All right. So we're going to go ahead and continue. Thank you, Mr. Kamara, for sharing. Thank you for sharing your feedback. Mr. Williams, we'll go ahead with you and tell us a bit, why is the upcoming workshop, or how is it different from previous workshop that has been held? What can people anticipate for the Changemakers Workshop 2025? This is from Mr. Williams.
There are, so the upcoming Changemakers Workshop is going to be a little bit more different. Previous workshop, because there are some slight to an extent that people can anticipate, especially if it comes to them preparing a part of the previous workshop, or there are some dedicated when it comes to the preparation of this upcoming workshop. And there are some additional things that are going to be added, which of course is going to make this workshop very significant, and not just for the participants, for the organization as well. Because one is going to be like the first of the kind of our workshops that we're going to use like the data collected from the workshop to do that for others. Those who participate in the workshop or the organization as a whole can reflect on.
Yes, go ahead. Is that the only thing that's different about this workshop, or is there more?
There are more to anticipate, and in addition to that, you see that there are additional schools also added. Like considering the school we partner with in previous years, we also have additional schools that are also coming in to have that experience as well, and that's something to anticipate as well, because there are other students who haven't had this opportunity to benefit from our workshop and getting to part with their schools as well, and igniting that change within their environment, which of course is going to be very important for them. And also another another thing to anticipate is just the fact that the very important topics that are put together by the planning committee to ensure that they are very timely paradigm shifting topics that are able to meet the message that the organization wants to carry out there that the participants can benefit from. And one thing you can look up to is that you're going to see young people who will come out to be able to display or to talk about topics and explain them to their way, more practical way. So that's
Okay. So when you say young people who are going to come out, who are these young people?
so if you're talking the young people are people who have also had the opportunity to benefit from this workshop, those who went through the same procedures like years, two, 3, 4, 5 years ago, they themselves they sat on the same table as those who are coming as participants, went through similar trainings and this, and just the difference is just from other organizations or external people who were not members of project came to impart knowledge onto them. Why it is also different because these people who are now
Okay. But one may argue that having just youth that have participated in the workshop may not be good enough to really give value to the programs and trainings that you're offering because these youth themselves are not subject matter experts in whatever they'll be talking about. So how is that beneficial for not just the people participating, but also the people giving the training and the organization as a whole? Why is Project Change going the route of having people who participated train these other young people?
can you please say that again, please?
Why is Project Change having um, the youth now that have participated previously in the workshop training the youth of the current or incoming workshop? One can argue that even though you have participated previously, it does not make you a subject matter expert automatically to talk about topics like entrepreneurship because you may not have the type of in-depth experience needed to truly convince and train people who are very new to the idea. So why is Project Change focusing on that the training is delivered to the new participants by previous participants instead of inviting people from outside of the organization that are experts? Hello? Hello? All right, guys. Again, the internet is being really bad. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. So just hang in there.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
Grace Baba, founder of Destiny Creative Organization, and owner at Changemakers Workshop. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things like you. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things like you.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the 1847 show. Sorry about the disturbance there. We've been having, again, some technical issues, so we'll try to bring our guests back. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello, can you hear me now? Man, the internet is a big problem. Hello? Still to no avail. Yes, I'm even lost of words, to be quite honest with you. So yes, if you're watching this and you've made it this far, thank you for tuning in. But we're having a lot of technical issues. They just stepped out to rejoin again. Hopefully it's better then. But yeah, thank you. Today we're just having a special interview with Project Change, who's having a workshop coming up for high school students, fourth of its kind. And we're just looking to talk about this program in anticipation of the application going live. So we'll get right back once we're able to secure a good internet connection. But until then, you're watching the 1847 show. Stay tuned. I'm your host, Prince Larmain Jarbo.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
Hello, we'll try this again. Let's see. Ooh. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Make sure you're not muted if you're speaking. Can you guys hear me? Hello? All right, let's take one last break, and we'll definitely know what to do once we come back. So hang in there.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
Sorry, guys. We're gonna keep trying at least just one last time. These people are change makers, so they're very resilient. So we'll try this again. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me? Hello? I know. All right. We're already coming in close with the time, so we might just conclude that for the day. But thank you guys for tuning in again. Apologies sincerely. Until we can fix our Liberian internet, we have a pretty long way to go. But thank you for joining. We appreciate it. And we'll give it one last try and see what's going on. Hang in there.
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
Try this one more time. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Bosco baby, B to the O, S to the C O, straight out of China. I represent LIB. The song playing in the background is my latest single called Like It or Not. You can find me on social, especially YouTube at Bosco_LIB, and also on Instagram at Bosco_LIB, and also on Facebook at Bus Music. Right now, you're watching the 1847 show. You know it's about you and me and all things Liberian. So follow the 1847 show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on formerly Twitter and now X. So let's go, 2024. See you.
Hello, guys. Sincere apologies again for the disruption. We've truly tried multiple times to get this working, but since it's not been able to get any better, we're going to have to conclude our interview for today, with the possibility, however, of potentially coming back and doing a second interview or finishing up the interview as a whole. So thank you for joining. And if you will, or if you have any questions about the workshop or anything, feel free to, you can either scan this link in the corner here to go to the organization's website or follow their Facebook page, which is at Pro Change in Liberia. But thank you for the time. Thanks for joining. And of course, thanks for being a supportive Liberian to support initiatives like this. Until next time, stay tuned. God bless. And yeah, God bless Mama Liberia. Take care, guys.